It's a beautiful day in the city of Lagos. This is Community Feedback on Lagos Television. I'm your host, Kikelomo Oduyibo. We are in Marina today on Community Feedback, and Marina happens to be a major transportation hub in the agenda of the state government, because here at the Marina station we will be having the ferry service, the monorail, the light rail, and of course the BRT. So you don't want to miss how much this center will play in the strategic transport master plan of the Lagos state government. Work is still ongoing at the Marina station of the Blue Rail, expected to become passenger operational by fourth quarter of 2022. And then, well, while Lagos residents are looking forward to the delivery of that project by fourth quarter of 2022, KG Oye, our correspondent, and Bukola Bakari put together this package to tell us the journey so far of the Lagos Blue Rail. You don't want to miss it. It's good news for Lagos communities as the state government, through the Blue Line rail service, is set to ease their daily traffic challenges. The state government, in its efforts to provide an intermodal transportation network for residents living in various communities in Lagos, has embarked on the construction of Blue Rail projects. As a pivotal part of the team's agenda, the project, which is being managed by the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority (LAMATA), will be delivered in the fourth quarter of the year 2022 to ease traffic and transportation challenges of residents of Lagos, especially those in Okokomaiko, Orile Igomo, Mile-2, Alaba, National Theatre, Marina, and its environs. These Lagos communities will feel great relief after unpleasant tales of long hours in traffic on Lagos roads, loss of businesses and man-hours, traffic robberies, among others. Thankfully, with the coming on board of the Blue Line rail system, Lagos residents would have a good alternative to navigate the city.
As you know, the Blue Line has been in construction for a while, and the position that the state has taken is to build one phase of it. So the whole of the Blue Line goes from Okokomaiko to Marina. So the phase that we're building now goes from Mile-2 to Marina. If we take that, like you say, we're back on track, and for now we have said that we will complete construction by the fourth quarter of 2022. To that end, I can say that we are about 82% complete. There are 5 stations along this line, and 4 of them are completed. We are at the site of Marina Station, which is the last station for the Blue Line. And we are slated for completion. Actually, not for completion, but for operation last quarter of 2022.
The Blue Rail Mass Transit, which is at 82% completion stage, is also part of the state strategic transport master plan of the state government, aimed at effectively achieving a seamless transportation alternative for the people of Lagos, as well as improve ease of doing businesses via the rail system.
The coaches we are going to deploy, we call it a rolling stock. On the Blue Line is going to be EMU, which is used, we call it electrical multiple units. And I think for a start, we are looking at to deploy it. When I say set means 4 carriages multiplied by 6, just for the phase 1 of the project, which is going to be live in operation hopefully third quarter 2022.
For the Blue Line, we have about 12 stations. But currently with the first phase of the project, we are going to construct the Marina Station, the National Theatre Station, the Alaba Station, the Mile-2 Station, and the Orile Station. So those are the 5 that will go with this phase, while others will go with future phases.
The Blue Line rail project will also include 3 intermodal means of transportation at the Marina Station, vis-a-vis a BRT bus terminal, ferry services, as well as a train station, making Marina a major transportation hub in making Lagos a 21st century economy.
The minute you begin to move people and you move them quickly, you will get an increased economic activity within the state. So that way you look at it, it is good for the state, it will be good for the revenue generation. Everybody will be able to go about their business in very short times. So as against sitting in traffic, if I'm coming from Agbado to Marina, that will take me nothing less by road today, 2.5 to 3 hours. But if I take the train, it will take me no more than 35 minutes. You think about what that translates to in terms of my time. So as against 2.5 to 3 hours, I have half an hour, just over. I have 2 hours to be productive in my day. So from that perspective, it can only be positive for the economic activity in the state.
During a recent facility tour of the Blue Rail project in Marina, the General Manager Lamata led representative of the Central Bank of Nigeria through the project, and the CBN's satisfaction with the pace of work was impressive, while promising Lagosians of timely delivery, which would ultimately offer them seamless intermodal transportation means across the state.
We're on to a good thing here. We have the master plan is speaking to 7 rail lines. This administration is committed to completing these 2 for now. We're also in the process of talking to the private sector about the remaining 4 lines. Transportation is one key ingredient in the economic movement of any city. And Lagos is a city of 20 million, depending on where you take your figures from. And that's a lot of people. You cannot do it using cars or private vehicles or even the buses. We need mass transportation, and mass transportation is coming to Lagos, and it's here.
In terms of the headway for the Blue Line, we're looking at 3 minutes headway, subject to the ridership, and our study has said to us that we will have the 3 minutes headway in full operation. As we all know worldwide, rail transportation is a part of the tools to promote the economy of a state. One, in terms of the IGR, is going to promote the IGR of the state because people can move seamlessly from point A to point B. And in terms of employment, you're going to create employment. You got to have lots of employment people. And in terms of the economic part of it, we're going to have less vehicles on the road. That will reduce the maintenance of the road as well. By and large, it's going to have a big impact on the state, and I'm very sure it's going to promote the economy and the IGR of the state.
The CBN is supporting the Lagos State government with 60 billion naira loan for the projects. 45 billion naira has already been given to the state government, while a second tranche of 15 billion naira is expected soon. Already over 500 jobs are being created on site. This further lays credence to the fact that the Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration in Lagos State remains a forward-thinking government which constantly is using allocated funds to deliver dividends of democracy to the people in both urban and rural communities of the state.
We have our partners to thank, the banks that are working with us, Access Bank, Sterling Bank, and Fidelity Bank under the DCRR project with the Central Bank of Nigeria. So that is where the funding is coming from, hugely supported by the Central Bank as well as those 3 banks I mentioned.
This is the display of the paperwork of the train station expected to be operational by 4th quarter of 2022. Wow, this is a final outlook. The CBN's representative on monitoring and evaluation also took a tour of this project, and he says they are very impressive by what Lamata has done. Let's take a look at that.
The Central Bank of Nigeria is here to monitor and evaluate progress on the Blue Line project being embarked on by Lagos State government. The Central Bank of Nigeria, through some banks, has provided funding under its DCR project, DCR intervention, to ensure that Lagos State has the right funding for this project.
It's encouraging for a hard work that we have been putting into this day and night, and for CBN, the financier of this project, to have come today to say kudos to us is encouraging, and I'm sure this will go with my other colleagues to make us put more into this.
I'm quite impressed with what I see on ground. Lamata has taken us around. We can see the solid structure that is being put in place in Marina.
We are confident, based on what we've been shown, that progress has been made. Remember that disbursement of this fund is being done in tranches. So another tranche is due, and as a central bank, we felt it's important that we come and see what is on ground. The quality of work is quite impressive. They've shown us, when they expect it to be complete. They've taken us through some of the technical details. Luckily, I'm an engineer and I can appreciate the amount of work involved. But for me, most importantly, is the jobs that I see. I see people working, Nigerians, young people, either welding, fabricating. There are over 500 jobs on site here. For me, that's a very good takeaway. And there's so many other stations they're working on. So I'm happy having met some of them, and I can see I'm pleased with the progress I see on site.
As part of the funding that we have from Central Bank and the banks, we have 3 rolling stocks, i.e. 3 sets of 4 coach trains, so that when we start, we can start with that. But we're also inviting private sector to come and work with us and be the concessionaire on this, so that they will take over the running of it. And that will mean that we will have more train sets, more coaches will come once the private sector come. But what we have made sure of with the funding from the bank and within Lagos State is to be certain that we have rolling stock, so we will not build infrastructure and not be able to operate.
Infrastructure is a major contributor to economic growth. With the right infrastructure, and Lagos State has quite an ambitious plan. I'm sure you listened to her, and she said they have 7 lines. We're funding not only the blue line, but we're also providing some funding for the red line. And there are 5 other lines that they plan to embark on. This will significantly contribute ease of business, ease of moving people around, more confidence in the economy. A lot of productivity is lost in traffic. You can imagine with the proper infrastructure like this. And for me, very good take home is also it's an integrated, so good use of the waterways. This station has use of the waterways, also has use of the bus lane route, and also the railway on top of the platform. So quite integrated, good multiplier, and ultimately to contribute to economic growth.
We have just finished taking a tour of the rail station here at Marina, and wow, it did blew my mind. I hope you also had the same experience. Thank you so much for watching today's edition of Community Feedback. Stay safe and see you next time.
We like it. This is Lagos, we love it. This is Lagos, we like it. This is Lagos, we love it. This is Lagos, we like it. This is Lagos, we love it. This is Lagos, we like it. This is Lagos, we love it. This is Lagos, we like it. This is Lagos, we love it.